All right, we're live.
Lies. I'm chugging on the dooski.
The dooski.
Oh.
All right, we're live.
Hey, I heard it. Neat.
Yeah.
Neato.
Let me share, copy that
Of course
link.
I'm not. Dude, you just you did this thing where you changed the password and I'm still logged out because I haven't put in the new password yet.
Well, and whose fault is that? That you're never prepared. It's not mine.
No, I mean, I can still get there. It's not a matter of preparation because I have to wait for us to go live anyways. Oh, audio sounds good. Copy link. Where's the tweeter at? There it is. There it is. In all its glory. We are live. It's time.
It's time. I don't nearly have the machismo Bruce Buffer does.
Yeah, or Michael Buffer.
Yeah, but Bruce is cooler.
Well, Michael's the OG though.
Yeah, but It's Time is better than Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Is it though?
It is.
If Michael Buffer didn't exist and Bruce Buffer said, "Let's get ready to rumble," it would be iconic. I mean, it still is iconic.
But he doesn't.
Right. He says it's time because you know why he says that? Because "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" was taken. Did you know that Michael didn't know that that was his brother until he was like 17, I think, or 20 maybe?
No.
It was older. I'm not sure the exact age. I just know for a fact it was older because he was talking about, yeah, people were like asking me if we're related. And his dad was like, yeah, that's your half brother. And that's how he found out that Bruce Buffer was his dad's brother. Or was his dad's child, his brother, half brother.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. I thought so. Pasty. All right.
I have a funny joke to tell you after we're not live. just
the
so
best joke.
Just so you're aware. I don't want to have to edit anything out. That's too much work.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's great. All right, I think I'm ready when you are.
All right, are you doing the intro?
I usually do it, but it doesn't either way. It's fine.
All right,
cool. Like if you want to do it, or I want to do it, or whatever,
you can do it. I like the flow. I like ending it.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. My name's Kevin, here with my buddy, my disc golf partner, my friend, Jared Hubbard.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
a little southern twang for them. Let them know where we're at.
I respect that. Absolutely. We have a super exciting show for you guys today, but first, in true form, Jared, what did you get into this week?
This week has been not super eventful in movies for me. I will be the first one to admit. I watched The Batman with you. I closed last week, so it was a lot harder for me to get a bunch of movies in after work.
Right.
And then I started the Everlong adventure that is One Piece.
Yes.
So pretty much everything is taken a back burner to that because
excited.
That the audience knows we're a bunch of nerds, but a new One Piece card game's coming out, and I feel obligated to catch up before the card game comes out. And so I'm pacing pretty well as of right now. I only have like 950 episodes left before I'm caught up.
That is not an exaggeration, folks.
It's
literally not. 950.
I'm on episode like 53 on episode 1000. It just came out.
So I
Probably more
remember.
than 1,000 now.
I remember when I first decided to make that leap into the universe of One Piece, and I have never, not once, regretted it. It is a phenomenal show. I am current, as you guys are aware.
Yes.
I think they hit episode 1,000. What 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
it's been a month or so.
Yeah, so they're over 1,000 episodes now. One of the longest running, if not the longest running, TV shows in the world, probably. I think it started in what, 2099?
Like 97.
97. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
going on 25 years. And it is just an absolute classic. And I'm so happy for you. I mean, I'm so excited, man. Like truly.
It's so daunting because like I've obviously talked with you and Andrew and a bunch of people that have watched the show. And so like Andrew would be like, I think you'll really like X character. And I was like, oh, cool. How far away am I that? And he's like, probably like 400 episodes. And I'm like, oh, that's an actual number. And that's like on the close end.
Yeah, it really is. Like once you make the decision to do it, it's
Yeah.
just like, you know what? Like I'll get there,
Yeah.
Gives you something to look forward to.
It does. I mean, they're pretty easy watches. So
Yeah,
One Piece,
10-minute recaps.
Yeah. So we got into One Piece. I watched The Dark Knight because that's been the crux of most of my debates over the past week. So I figured if I'd have to brush up on that to be able to give a better look at the Batman. And then I'm catching up. I'm halfway through, I think, the newest episode of Bel Air.
Okay.
So I was
my sister swears by that show. Is it that good?
I think it's fine. Like the acting's kind of meh.
Okay.
The stories, I mean, it's a drama, so like it's a little more exaggerated than the Will Smith version we grew up with, but it's good. Like it's a good hour.
Pretty dark for comparatively.
Yeah, it's extremely different. So like once you just can't go into it like, oh, that's not my Hillary Banks or that's not my Carlton. Yeah, or Jeffrey. Yeah, he's just
I heard he's different.
Jeffrey's a menace, boy. He's got a different kind of swag.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't think I watched any other movies besides The Dark Knight and The Batman.
No, I see it on your shirt, and I gotta ask you, Jarrett.
Yeah.
How excited are you for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie?
It's Friday.
Yes.
And I'm extremely excited.
Yes, it is. Friday is in next Friday, correct?
Yeah, the 18th.
Yes. Okay. I was just making sure. I already got my ticket. I got my ticket when they first they announced it, and I was like, oh.
Same.
Okay, cool, man. Well, it sounds like you had a pretty good, solid week in film and TV.
Yeah. What about yourself?
So I was a little bit better this week. Movies, not so much. I watched like a bunch of TV shows. Disenchanted.
Yep.
I just really love the show. I started rewatching it because they just put out the season 4.
Yeah, that's the Futurama guys, right?
No, The Simpsons. It's Matt Groening.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and they do a really good job. I obviously watched the Batman with you. I watched. Yeah.
Kevin, we might have lost you.
Oh no. Am I here?
Oh.
Hello. Whatever will we do? Hello. Jarrett.
Kevin.
I'm here.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like you were breaking out.
Oh no. What? Well, they could hear me on YouTube. The YouTube
might have just been on my end. Might have just been on my end.
No, you're good, brother. So I watched like some TV shows. The Batman, we watched in theaters. I watched Animal House to catch up with our weekly. You give me a college movie, I give you a college movie type thing. So it wasn't too terrible. It was definitely marked improvement. Work's still kicking my tail. Plus, obviously, it's the time of year. We weren't doing this last year during this time of year, but I get ready for a bunch of disc golf tournaments. I'm a big
we do
disc
play
golf
disc
player.
golf in the afternoons.
So I actually watched a ton, and this is a complete side note. I watched a literal ton. And maybe I'm misusing the term literal here, but a literal ton of YouTube videos on disc golf.
Okay.
And tournaments, stuff like that. Trying to get my form right. So, yeah, that also took up some time, but it is what it is. It's our hobby. It's my escape from reality.
I get that.
So,
yeah, it's been pretty lately, and so you got to get it in while you can.
Well, this Alabama weather, it's been getting nice lately. So,
yeah, dude, it's supposed to be like 20 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah, I heard.
Which sucks.
I'm not cool with it.
No.
I don't do cold weather. I don't like it. It's not for me. I like sporting a nice tan.
Well, in the words of the greatest Batman movie villain, do you know what killed the dinosaurs?
You talking about Paul Dano?
No.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Actual best villain in the
What killed
the Ice Age?
Well done.
I had that 4-second clip on like repeat on my phone.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, yeah, it was a solid week, so I'm not terribly upset. We'll discuss the Batman here in depth. And Jarrett's frozen, I think, on a funny face. Jarrett, you there, buddy? Oh no. We lost Jarrett. Goodness. All right. Well, yeah. Hold on. Is he back?
I think I'm back.
There he is. I think it might have been you, not me.
It might have been me.
So it stopped the recording. Here it is. I'm solo. Wait, let me watch my solo show. We lost Jared. There we go. There was Mom. Solo dolo. Oh, just me. Put the show on my back for about 4 seconds.
As the world intended it to be.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You don't need me. You're a star.
I got star power. Spirit fingers.
I'm going to put you on the big screen, baby. You just have to sit on this couch for a minute.
Can he say that?
What?
Oh my goodness. I was going to make a movie reference. Okay, here it is. Just call me Dirk Diggler. It's from a movie.
It is.
Okay, I was about to say you're familiar, correct? A young Mark Wahlberg. There you go. Jared's gone again, folks. We're doing a dolo today. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into it.
Bro,
it
is all over the place right now.
I can tell.
My little gerbil needs to run faster.
I was about to start talking about the Batman because I'm not.
Spectrum sucks so bad.
Yeah. Wait. Is it my moment? Oh no, dadgummit. You have to put your. Never mind. Dang, we're on air.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it, Kevin.
Not gonna do it.
I feel like I know what you're.
It has something to do with your gerbil, though.
Yeah. Is it like Lemmy Winks? And Mr.
Wait, why are we doing this right now?
I don't know. And we've covered the casting couch to places gerbils should and shouldn't crawl. So This is why we have. This is why we have to record before 9 o'clock at night.
I agree.
We lose our shit.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. Start over from the top.
The Batman.
Oh, we're live. Oops. Ave Maria.
All right.
The Batman. We're going out of order, but that's fine. Let's take care of the Batman first.
Yeah, it's big. It was okay.
What? Just okay? Not amazing? Was it as good as The Dark Knight? Was it as good as the last 3 Batman films we got?
Well, yeah. It was better than Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It was also better than the Justice League.
Well, those don't actually count. Let's be real.
I mean, they have Batfleck in it.
Yeah, but do they?
They do. He's actually in it.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Well,
so like this is probably like the most polarizing movie.
It's frustrating for me.
I've seen.
I can't get on Twitter
because it's on like there's 2 camps, right? So there is this is the greatest Batman film ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is this movie is very meh.
Yes.
And that's the camp I fall in.
Okay.
I thought there was I rewatched The Dark Knight just to have a perspective because I hadn't watched The Dark Knight in a while. Obviously, Heath Ledger's Joker is something that gets talked about. It's remembered. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't off basis by this. And if you think the Batman is better than The Dark Knight, you have awful taste.
All right. So here's the thing. I gave it thought, Jared. All right. Now, for the people watching, I too am in the camp of The Dark Knight is better. It's a man movie. Now here's what I'll say that I considered as to why people have been calling this the best Batman film ever. The Dark Knight was made in 2011.
Yes.
Okay. It's over a decade ago. Now, if you think about the age group of the people that are predominantly watching the new Batman film, you're probably talking, 20 years old, roughly, maybe young 20s.
20s to early 30s.
So,
male.
Right. So that's the demographic we're talking about. Now, with that being said, Kevin needs to do the butterfly too now.
Yeah.
Randy, hello. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, this like.
Oh, yeah. I can't. I've got really long arms.
Man, you get those Michael Phelps arms moving.
Yeah, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. So, look, man.
I quit.
But if you really think about it, when The Dark Knight came out, these people were like 13, tops, like 14. Like I don't know if they.
I mean, so were we.
No, we weren't.
In 2011, we were like
18, we were 19 and 20.
19. But yeah. I'm getting a lot of opinions from people our age.
Yeah, I can't explain that. Maybe recency bias. So that can account for some of it. Like I don't get it.
So I'm going to go over my list of things that I think the Batman did better than the Dark Knight.
Okay.
I think they portrayed Gotham better.
Okay.
Like the Batman did a really good job showing that Gotham is a dumpster fire. Yeah. And that the elite live well and the rest of the people do not. So I think that was better than the Dark Knight. I think the action scenes were better. Like the choreography of the fights was better than the Dark Knight.
Okay.
I think top to bottom, I think the Riddler was really good. It was not better than the Joker, but I did enjoy the Riddler. I thought the Penguin was great. I really enjoyed the Penguin. I'm glad he's getting his own show. I think that is deserved, and Colin Farrell did a very good job. But other than that, that's about it.
Okay. So, and here's what I think Colin Farrell was better than Paul Dano in the film. I'm not a huge Riddler fan.
That's fair.
I thought Dano did a fine job. I think I wouldn't even entertain the comparison, the Heath Ledger. To me, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts.
It really is.
Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight was iconic. And I don't use that word lightly. It was iconic, like absolutely insane. If you go back and watch that film and you look specifically at Heath Ledger's performance, and then you watch The Batman 2022 and you watch Paul Dano's performance, it is not even close.
Facts.
And so I don't understand why it's even being entertained.
Yeah, like people saying that Paul Dano's Riddler was better than Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, you guys are understanding of, like, you're saying that is an Oscar-winning performance.
It's not.
I don't even think. I don't think so either.
No, it won't get nominated. It won't see a nomination. You know, and that's to me, it's not worth a nomination. It's not worthy of an Oscar. It's not. It was fine. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he was the weak point of the movie.
To be honest, though, most of his acting, if we're being true to the film, was voice acting. He did a lot of voice acting.
Yeah, a lot of camera,
you don't really
like digital stuff.
Yeah,
he has one really good scene.
Yeah, and
at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and even that was very meh for me from an acting standpoint.
Yeah,
you know, just straight up. But yeah, I don't get it. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Facebook. People are like freaking out about how good he was, and he was fine. But I mean, I'm not like blown away by his performance. I don't think he's going to win any awards.
No, there's a lot of issues with the movies.
Yeah, so I thought in general the movie was memey. It was like unintentionally funny.
Yeah, I thought parts that were supposed to be very serious were very
cheesy, corny.
Yeah, poorly written.
Yeah.
I think Andy Serkis was a fine Alfred. We don't see him enough to me to have a valid opinion. Like, his Alfred is not nearly as important as Michael Caine's Alfred was.
I agree. I think we were more invested in Michael Caine's Alfred, and I think that's got a lot to do with it. Like, it'll be interesting to see how big a role he gets in the second film after getting basically blown up in this film.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, he survives, so it's not like a super spoiler. I like Gary Oldman as a better Commissioner Gordon, even though I didn't think the Jim Gordon of the Batman was bad. Gary Oldman's just better.
Yeah, for me, that's kind of a coin flip. I think they were both fine as commissioners. Well, he's not commissioner yet, but
I guess it gets
major crimes.
Gordon. Yeah, he becomes commissioner in The Dark Knight as well. So it's kind of like you're kind of like same spots with the Batman, I guess, or at least with Jim Gordon's career.
Did you get the major crimes question correct?
No,
you didn't.
No.
What did you say? Sorry, it was irrelevant. I apologize.
I just called him. Yeah,
I thought it was a homicide detective.
Yeah, I didn't know major crime unit. Let's see here. I think as far as I don't really know who I enjoyed more between Harvey Dent and the Penguin, I guess, for secondary bad guys, because we didn't get Two-Face until the end of. I appreciated the character arc of Two-Face better than the Penguin. right? Because his whole thing was he was Gotham's hero.
Yeah, definitely cooler.
Yeah, and so they just go to show that like anyone can go mad if you like pull the right strings, which is all like that was all Joker's thing was anarchy.
Yeah.
Trying to think of any other like character comparisons. We didn't really get a Morgan Freeman type in the Batman.
From the Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, he didn't have a guy in the chair, which was Morgan
essentially
Freeman.
It seemed like it was Alfred to an extent.
Yeah, and look, and I'm sure there's people who read the comics way more than I do, and I might be totally off basis, but in my mind, the way Batman was portrayed in the Batman was not how I think he was written in the comics or portrayed. Because although they get in arguments sometimes, Batman would never go after Alfred about you're not a Wayne, don't tell me what to do, you don't deserve to wear those cufflinks.
You're not like, my dad.
Well, he raised you. And that's the Michael Caine you get in, or I mean, that's the Alfred you get with Michael Caine. Michael Caine was like tough love. Yeah. He was like, yeah, Bruce, you're being a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Like you have to make the decisions because that's what the Batman is. They suck, but you're the only one that can do it.
Like, and I understand that this Gotham is a little bit darker, right? I mean, you touched on it earlier, talking about how they portray the average citizen of Gotham.
Yeah.
It was kind of in a shambles, and Bruce Batman, he's taking it pretty hard. Now, my biggest thing is that Bruce Wayne is supposed to be like this, like suave type.
He's a playboy.
Yeah.
He drives fast cars. He gets women. I saw a TikTok because my phone listens to me. And it was like one of the biggest flexes in film. And it was from The Dark Knight where he and his like Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne and his super hot Russian ballet dancer were going to dinner at the same place Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne's ex were. And they were talking and Bruce was like, hey, let's put some tables together. And Harvey was like, I don't think they'll let you do that here. And Bruce was like, of course they will. I own the place.
Yeah.
And he just points and they get the table thing. And I was like, dude, that's the Bruce Wayne that the Batman did not give us, was this like
we got like
icon in Gotham.
We got like emo sad boy Bruce Wayne. Now Robert Pattinson, I think obviously the acting was fine in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that there was good acting.
Yeah.
And I think Robert Pattinson's a fine actor. We were talking about it after the movie at the theater, and you had said that Robert Pattinson's Batman was good, but his Bruce Wayne was not.
Yeah.
And I think you have to look at them separately because they're two
two completely different characters.
Right. And so I agree with that. I think that his Batman was fine and his Bruce Wayne was not cool, and he was written that way. So I don't know that I necessarily blame that on him as an actor. I just think the writing overall was kind of weak for the film.
Yes, a
penguin has wings. Was it a penguin? Like it's just the.
I think there was a lot of stuff that this movie was punished for. I think a weak script is one of them. I think 3 hours was
hurt more than help.
Yes. Too many pacing issues. You get like super big climax to super slow developing random story, big climax. Oh, we're back to who were Thomas and Martha Wayne, when that really shouldn't have mattered. Like Batman's parents having some like alleged criminal background or whatever wasn't needed for the story. We should have gotten more Riddler, more Penguin, more actual story. Not like, here's a super big Riddler story. Oh, let's spend an hour and a half talking about Bruce Wayne's parents and why he's a sad boy. Back to the actual story.
Yeah. So the problem is that this is not an origin story.
Right.
When we see Robert Pattinson, he is Batman, right?
Yeah.
From the jump. We don't
Yeah.
need the intro. We don't need the origin. We know his parents died. Like, we get all of that. All of that is known. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like what they did was they tried to fit an origin story into a film that wasn't an origin story film.
Well, I don't even think it was them trying to fit in an origin story. It was trying to like flip the origin story on its head. So like Bruce Wayne, Batman's motivation was the killing of his parents.
Right.
And so now we're learning in this movie that maybe his parents weren't good people.
Right.
And I know that's supposed to like show character arc and growth and stress and drama to Bruce Wayne, the Batman. But we really didn't get any of that. We got a 25-minute scene where he talks to Falcone and he was like, no, this guy killed your parents. And then he goes to Alfred and he's like, Falcone killed your parents. He's like, so you're telling me Falcone killed my parents after he just spoke to Falcone?
Yeah, he's like, you telling me Maroni killed my family?
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes to Butler, are you telling me Falcone killed my family?
Yeah. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the writing of the
no, it was just slow. It was a really slow movie. And
it was just meh. It was a meh movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was meh. I would not watch it again.
No, and here's the thing is I likely won't ever watch that film again. I don't know. I look, if you ask me to grade it right now, right here, I'm gonna tell you it's a solid 6 out of 10. You know,
that's fair.
Very okay.
One thing we didn't touch on: Zoe Kravitz did a good job as Selena Kyle.
Yeah, I thought so.
She had,
like I said, the acting was fine. It was not an acting issue. There was just so much like poor writing and cliches, like looks like this is about to get complicated, or whenever somebody mentions Bruce Wayne and you turn to the right, Batman's gone. Amazing.
He's not there anymore. Yeah.
You know, he just disappeared. What?
I also didn't like how active Batman was with the Gotham PD. Like, hey, can you show me your notes on this crime scene? Like, no, he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like he talks to Gordon and then he disappears into the night.
Yep.
So. I also didn't like how bulletproof he was.
Yeah, that's not okay to me.
No.
I should have. He also didn't use like any tech, right?
No. Oh, dude. We didn't get any of the world's greatest detective. Like everything that Batman did was spoon fed to him by someone else, and then we find out it was just the Riddler the entire time, getting him to do his dirty work. And you're dude, you couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, and the Riddler's like, "Oh, you're not as smart as I thought you were." Well, nope, you're right.
No, sure.
Like, here's the thing: if you watch the DC animated universe, you'll see that with the Justice League, Batman is revered as a strategist, like a brilliant strategist. And that's essentially what he brings to the table.
That's the entire meme of anytime you get in an argument with a Batman fan, oh, Batman could beat anybody with prep time. Yeah, because that's the whole idea is that he's not an alien or a god or something else. He's just a rich guy. And so he has to, I was going to say, he has to level the playing field somehow, and it's having an extremely large brain.
Yeah, and you just don't get that.
We got no cool gadgets.
No.
Like,
nothing. To me, it was very lackluster. Some of the shots were very cringy. Him jumping off the building, and you got the green screen CGI, like... It looked like if you were riding a roller coaster and you had a GoPro on your head. That's what that looked like.
Dude, I watched in the Dark Knight. In the Dark Knight, there's a scene where he like flies through Gotham, and I'm like, you're telling me 11 years ago we could figure this out.
It
But
was
here we
bad,
are
man.
getting great green screen.
It was cringy. It was so cringy in the film.
And then yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Like I said, we'll get crucified by half the people. I think, and the other half will agree with us. But I will
look. I'll
fight you if you try to tell me anything's better than Heath Ledger's Joker in that movie.
I want to hear arguments as to why. Please explain it to me, because maybe I just don't get it. Right? Maybe our creative direction of the writers eludes me, because I just don't have a big enough brain, and that's fine. Old simple Kev here. Spell it out for me, because I am baffled.
You make me happy.
My head movies make my eyes spring. It's so frustrating. I first thing I see on Twitter yesterday, I'm not even joking. I pull up the Twitter, go to the silence your cell phone, whatever scroll page. First thing I see, it's a poll. Is Paul Dano's Riddler better than Heath Ledger's Joker? And all I can think was, this guy's on drugs. Actual.
I think people just want to stir the pot. They need content.
What do they call the drug in the Batman?
Oh, like drop heads?
Yeah. Drop heads. That's it. That's what we should call stands of this movie.
Stands of this, dude. I don't think it's just stands of this movie. I think it's Batman fans. Like, fandoms come and go. I think Batman fans are the most diehard group of individuals on the planet. Like, they refuse to let you badmouth anything Batman. I bet there are people out there that will argue Batman versus Superman was a fine film.
Sure.
Because Batman's in it, regardless if Batman shoots somebody.
Yeah.
Gordon, no guns.
Yeah. Or the slow creep walk in from the shadows. It takes him like 5 minutes, and all you hear is thunk, thunk. He sounds like a knight, like in chainmail. It was just awful.
I wish they would have switched up Zoe Kravitz's skit or like script, so that every time Batman showed up and surprised her, she didn't just go, Jesus. Like, every time, like, there's different words.
So my favorite part of watching this movie, and I'm sitting beside Jared in the theater, and every time Batman sneaks up on her and she goes, Jesus. Jared's like, he looks at me and he goes, no, it's Batman. It's the entire film, dude. It was a joke. It was a meme. It was unintentionally funny. And that's never good, ever. It's never good.
No.
Penguin has wings.
It's a penguin, a rat with wings. Like, I don't know, dude.
El Rata, La Rata.
Dude, when the penguin goes off on him.
It's just detectives.
Is it possible we got this wrong? I don't know, Gordon. Is it?
When they're typing it on the thing? What is this? Oh my goodness. It makes my head hurt. Truly awful.
Yeah. So I'll give it a 7.
Better man than me.
Yeah, but
some of the shots were cool.
Yeah, there was cool scenes.
There were some cool shots, some cool scenes. I'm not gonna just completely it wasn't for me, but
and I mean, let's be very real. Like, this movie was not great, but it's not great for an already okay movie, right? Like, it doesn't live up to the expectations. It's still better than stuff like the 355.
Yeah.
For what the budget had, for what the movie was supposed to be, I think it underperformed.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. You'll know where I sit in 2 months when we watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and that movie's really good.
I'm going to tell you right now, the Doctor Strange movie will be twice as good as this Batman movie.
That trailer was better than that Batman movie.
I agree. It looks sick. I mean, it
does.
absolutely looks insane. The
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch, the fighting in the different universes thing, the way they did did you see where his body like gets cut into like a million pieces and one dude, just super cool effects. I'm stoked for that film.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch is a better actor than Robert Pattinson. So.
Yeah, that's not actually up for debate either.
No.
I will not entertain an argument for that.
Yeah. So. And if you want to debate that, just watch the Oscars when Benedict Cumberbatch takes Best Actor.
Yeah, well, hold on now.
I think he'll get it over Will Smith.
Man, here's the thing though.
I think Will Smith gets the Golden Globe because that's a much more
much less prestigious award.
I won't say less prestigious, but it feels like it's more. King Richard just didn't feel as much of an Oscar movie as Power of the Dog felt like an Oscar movie.
Yeah, but I don't think it necessarily has to be like from an Oscar grab type of film.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, look, if Will Smith gets an Oscar, more power to him, dude.
I think either way, it's fine. I'm okay either way.
Either way, Robert Pattinson's not in the discussion.
Yeah, no, he's not. So. I agree.
Yeah. And I like Robert Pattinson, but he's no.
I don't hate Robert Pattinson.
No, dude, I love Robert Pattinson.
People like to hate on him because he did the
Twilight
series, dude, but like, dude,
here's the thing.
That was huge. That was a massive series.
Yeah, dude. Let's go ahead and get this. That happened 15 years ago. Yeah. The man got his bag, and now he can actually do whatever movie he wants, regardless of the payroll.
Yeah.
Because of Twilight, like you do big budget movies, so you can fund your artsy movies and your pet projects. And it's like if you just watch, and like same thing with Kristen Stewart. Like if you watch some of their movies, they're really good. You just have to get past the.
I think she's up for an Oscar, isn't she?
I don't know. Did Spencer get nominated?
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like he got a nomination, and I think she specifically got one.
For sure got a Golden Globe. I don't know about. I'd have to relook at the Oscars.
Or it might have been a timing issue. When did that come out?
I know it came out last year.
It did? Okay.
It's up for it. Like it's good to go for the award season. But regardless, like I bet if you look at every great actor, they have some big budget duds in their filmography, except for Leonardo DiCaprio because GOAT.
That's not. He's kind of the man.
He is.
So, well, with that being said, Jarrett, I'm ready to put the Batman to bed. Let's tuck him in, turn on his little nightlight, and call it.
Let's call it. Yeah.
Sweet dreams, Robert Pattinson.
Sweet dreams, my sweet prince.
All right, so let's do our the films that we gave each other.
Yeah.
We decided to go with like college type theme.
Yeah.
I chose for Jarrett Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It is a college spring break type thing.
Yeah.
Scary movie satire.
Yeah, it's a parody.
Parody, thank you.
Yeah.
And
I gave you Animal House.
I did. I got Animal. I was gonna let you go first though.
Sure. So Tucker and Dale versus Evil is one of those like B to C rated comedies that's just fun.
Yep.
So the whole premise is you have this group of super snooty college frat and sorority guys and girls going on a vacation, spring break trip, whatever you want to call it, to this lake. They're going camping. They're going to do whatever it is kids do. And they run into Tucker and Dale, who are your blue collar rednecks, right? Overalls, like oil on their hands from working on their beat up truck. And it's just not the same social circle that they would run, like the college kids would run. And they're very snooty, think they're better than everybody. And Tucker and Dale are going to fix up their vacation home, which looks like it's straight out of a murder horror movie. Like beat in, typical like log cabin in the middle of the woods. And so the entire movie takes place from when one of the college girls falls and hits her head while swimming, and Tucker and Dale like save her life. But if you look at it from the college kid's perspective, it looks like they're kidnapping her. And so
by dragging her away.
Yeah, by dragging her into this boat. And then so they go back to the cabin. The college kids find the house, and it's like everything that could go wrong that would make it look like Tucker and Dale are murdering these college kids happens. Like was it Tucker
falls into the woods?
Yeah, one guy tries to tackle Tucker and he goes into a wood chipper, and Tucker's trying to pull him out so he doesn't die. But if you look at it from the other side, he looks like he's feeding the wood chipper. They like cut through a chainsaw full of hornets, and he starts running with the chainsaw, yelling at the college kids. It makes them think that they're getting attacked, and one dude impales himself on a log. A lot of just bad coincidences. And it's just funny.
I felt so bad for Tucker and Dale, and to me the best when the cop gets to their cabin or whatever.
Yeah,
he's like, "Officer, these college kids,
they got some
killing themselves all over our property."
Yeah, they got some suicide pact. They just come on our property and kill themselves.
Officer, we've had a doozy of a day.
Because like they had just talked about, they're like, Dale, what are we going to tell the cops? Sorry, officer. These kids just came onto our property and killed themselves.
And then the cop gets killed.
Yeah, the pillar. Yeah, they tell him not to land on the pillar, and as soon as he does it, something like swings down and impales him too. And I'm just like, dude, they can't catch a break.
They truly cannot. And it's a really funny. I think it's an underrated film. I think it's super slept on. Not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah, well, Alan Tudyk, however you say his last name, Steve the Pirate, he's great in everything he does.
He is. I love that guy.
He's just an enjoyable guy to watch on screen.
I agree. Actually, I'm interested to see. That movie was made in 2010.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And IMDb has it as a 7.5 out of 10.
It's funny. Like, I don't think there's many. Like, obviously, the budget's not the biggest, the acting's not the best, but I think you just enjoy the movie when you watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea this movie existed until a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And some guys in my Xbox party were like, "You've never seen it, you got to watch it." And we literally sat in the Xbox party with our headsets on and watched it at the same time, like coordinated the whole thing. Yeah. It was one of the coolest movie experiences I've had. It was really enjoyable.
That is pretty cool.
So what'd you think? Did you like it? You a fan?
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to hate. It's just an actually funny movie.
Yes. And speaking of funny movies, you gave me an absolute classic.
Yes.
I've seen Animal House, right? I think everybody's pretty much seen it.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize before was how insane the cast is, right?
Oh.
Because
nuts.
And obviously like John Belushi, Tom Holt, I don't know how to say his last name, Larry Kroger.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon is in that movie, and it took me. I was like, I know him, and I couldn't pin it until I looked at the IMDb. This movie was hilarious. I think some of it doesn't quite ride in today's climate.
No, not in the PC climate we have now.
Yeah. Not exactly PC.
No.
But funny nonetheless. I think that so if you're not familiar, Animal House is about these two guys, Larry and Flounder. I don't know his
I don't know his actual name.
I don't know his actual
I
name.
just know
Portman,
Flounder.
maybe. Hold on. What is it? Dorfman.
Okay.
Kent Dorfman.
Yeah.
But he's Flounder. They are pledging a fraternity at their college, and they get bids into the worst of the fraternities, arguably best, depending on who you're asking. But
yeah, depending on what your intentions in college are.
if you want poor academics and shenanigans, they are the best.
Yes, the Deltas.
If you want, upper class, pinkies out, thank you, sir, may I have another? Not it.
No.
So they join this crazy fraternity, and this movie is basically the first hour and a half of like just random shenanigans.
It is just no purpose.
And the dean of the college is trying his darndest to get them kicked out, expelled.
Double secret probation.
Double secret probation. You don't know it, but you guys are on double secret probation. And so their response to double secret probation, toga party. Because why not?
This Randy asked, "What is a PC climate?" Politically correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So things that would probably make a social justice warrior cry.
Yeah. So
the entire movie of Animal House.
If this movie were made today, it would be canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
There's no way. There's no way it would get greenlit.
No, it wouldn't make it.
No.
Yeah. So, that's the thing. I'm trying to. Who was the professor? Because he's a big actor too.
Yeah, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I don't know him well enough to.
Donald Sutherland. Thank you. Donald Sutherland was the professor, and wait, that was Bruce McGill? Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, that's dope. Sorry.
No, you're good.
The main bad guy he's a pretty prominent actor to this day.
Which one? The head of the
Omegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pride and Prejudice, he was the dad in Pride and Prejudice.
Oh wow.
Mockingjay, Catching Fire, obviously. Let's see. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Humble Beginnings.
Yeah, but you see him all the time. Moby Dick.
I didn't watch Moby Dick.
Beer Fest. Oh, he was the grandfather in Beer Fest.
That seems more Animal House.
He was the German. Yeah. He was the German guy, or the German grandfather in Beer Fest. He was the German grandfather of the good guys.
Yeah.
What a great movie. He's actually got one of the longer filmographies that I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably.
Like truly, it's pretty insane. He does like 6 movies a year to this day.
Good for him. Staying busy.
Absolutely. Yeah, Donald Sutherland was the pothead professor. But no, essentially the end of the movie is they finally get kicked out, expelled, and they decide to basically crash the parade and just go out with a bang. And boy, did they.
Dude.
Boy, did they.
I wish. Could you imagine a world where we could have gotten John Belushi and Chris Farley on the screen at the same time? It's like there's not enough humor in the world for both of them to exist, so they had to leave early.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, truly.
Dude. Oh, man. It's just I'm a zit. Get it? I'm just like, dude,
guess what I am now?
I was like, there's no way there was a script for this movie. At least for him.
Yeah. When he smashed that guy's guitar,
just randomly at the party,
he's listening to this guy sing. Like he's walking down the stairs and he stops and all you hear is this guy's this awful, like, romantic song.
There's always a guy with a guitar at a party, though.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That is an actual thing that exists.
I wonder. So in the film, when they were taking all the stuff out of the house, he was like, he looked at Otter and he was like,
and he chugged
"They're
that Jack.
taking all the alcohol." And he takes the bottle of Jack and throws it at him, right?
Yeah.
And he chugged the whole thing. And I'm wondering,
is that actual Jack?
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. He died of a heroin and like cocaine overdose or whatever concoction an 8-ball is.
Right.
So I wouldn't put it past him to be able to chug a whole. And I think that was before. Yeah. I think that was before rules like you can't drink on set. Because like now, like anytime you see alcohol in a movie, it's like apple juice or some similar color liquid. They don't actually let you drink. I would be willing to bet that, at least in my headcanon, the hero that he was, John Belushi said, "I want you to yeet that Jack Daniels to me, and I'm going to chug it."
Yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. Wouldn't put it past him at all.
Dude, for the longest time, my ringtone was the speech he gives at the end of the movie when he's like, "Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no, and it ain't over now."
Otter was like, German? He's like, don't worry about it.
He's rolling.
He's on a roll. When the dean was talking to him about their GPAs, it was like Bartowski or whatever, Blutowski.
Yeah.
It was like 0.0. I mean, he has those 2 pencils in his nose, like, dude.
There was just a ton of great characters.
Yeah.
Like D-Day.
I appreciated very much the type of the brand of humor that film had. And I look, like, PC culture aside, that movie was a solid, very funny film. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Comedy is not supposed to be sensitive. Okay.
No, and I think what makes Animal House so good is, like, if you've partaken in a degenerate college party, and we played sports, baseball, football.
We didn't have time.
Yeah,
we were so busy with
academics all the time.
We were so busy with our books and our sports that we didn't do any of that.
I just feel like the beautiful thing about Animal House is, like, every single one of those people. Like, you could say
in real life.
Like, and I hope he watches this show, but if Will McCrory is not the closest thing to Bluto from Birmingham Southern you've ever seen.
I love me some Will.
We all love Will. Everyone loves Will.
I recently hit him up on Facebook.
Good.
Yeah, he's coaching football now, doing the whole thing, man.
Dude, my life changed when I was a freshman, and he was my big brother on the football team.
That's great.
It was all downhill from there.
He was pre-law when we went to school, so we actually had a bunch of history classes together.
If someone said, "I have a state-issued attorney for you," and I walked in and it was Will McCrory defending me, I would just go to jail.
Take me?
Yeah.
Waive my right to a trial.
Yeah, I'll save us all 3 hours.
I did it.
We're not going to get anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's classic. But you're right, though. I mean,
like, everyone knows someone from the Animal House, and I think that's the beauty of the movie. No matter, I mean, it was in the 70s or 80s when that movie was made. So.
Yeah, 70.
Yeah, it was late 70s, I think.
Yes. Because I kept thinking, like, because they referenced 1954 was Flounder's brother, because he was a legacy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what year was this? So it's set in 1962, but the film was made in 1978.
Okay.
So, because I was thrown off because I was like, I thought this was like a 70s movie, maybe even early 80s, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but it was only set in 60 whatever, but 1978 was when it was made. I thoroughly enjoyed, 3.5, 4 out of 5 up
Dude,
there.
I
Comedy.
think, yeah, it's a it's like, it'll always be a classic.
Yeah.
And I think what we're going to find with all these college movies is there's not going to be a ton that fit today's climate.
No. Well, it's like I was saying, like comedy, like it's supposed to be no holds barred.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing is, comedians aren't supposed to worry about offending people. They offend everybody.
that's true.
That's what it is. You got to be able to laugh at yourself. If you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at others. They'll laugh with you.
That's true.
Like, don't be so sensitive, America.
You heard it here.
That's what's wrong with our kids right now. Our youth.
Don't even get me started about our youth. I haven't been into a movie theater where I haven't had to yell at somebody in like a month.
How awful was it at the Batman?
And I don't like yelling at people. Like, it is not in a characteristic of mine.
No. People don't understand how to watch a film in a theater.
Yeah. And I told you going into it, I was like, dude, all these high school kids in this movie do not have an attention span for 3 hours. And boy, was I right.
Yeah, that was the most annoying thing. I can't. I was telling you, we can't. It's almost not even worth going to the theater for new films, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, especially these big of films.
Yeah, I'm prepared to wait a week, maybe even 2, when a film comes out, just to not have to deal with it.
But it's crazy.
What's that?
Because it doesn't happen it didn't happen in No Way Home.
No.
Like except for the parts where like you're supposed to cheer as an audience. We did not have an obnoxious. I can't remember the last time I was in a high budget Disney film.
Yeah.
Not just Marvel, but Disney films in general that had an obnoxious family or kid in them. It's these random movies.
Yeah. You're right. That's very annoying.
Yeah, maybe Disney has some
everybody just loves Disney films.
Or maybe they just have this subconscious frequency that mellows everyone out throughout the entire movie.
Like a dog whistle?
Yes.
But it calms you.
Yeah, but for kids.
Well, let's be fair. Most of the people that
that's true, they're teenagers. It's not children.
Yeah, are not kids.
Yeah, that's fair. So, unless they're playing YouTube videos out loud.
That's on the parent. I don't care.
That's true.
That's a parent issue.
That's true.
So, I don't know.
But I digress.
You should. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
I just get mad. You know?
Like,
I've never wanted to actually strangle. I take that back. I have, but
I was about to say.
Yeah. I wish I was good enough to say that.
Yeah, well.
Here we are.
I get it. So, do you have a movie for me for next week?
So, when you think college films, and you think,
just say it.
Did you have a movie for me?
I do.
Already?
Yes.
That was fast.
Well, I had one last week, but we had to put a pause on that. So,
well, go ahead and tell me yours, just so I know that they're not the same.
Well, I have a feeling that they're not, because you don't have a movie.
Well, we'll get there when we get there.
I can see those wheels turning.
You know me so well.
I'm going to give you Sex Drive.
What a good movie. What a good flick. I'm a fan. Your college movie, and one of, if not your favorite college movies. Oh, wait, were they in high school? Is Bring It On a high school?
Bring It On is 1,000% high school.
Yikes.
Yeah, you're going to have to think again. Yeah, you better get to...
I'm upset.
Get to Googling.
I'm Googling whether or not that was a high school movie.
It's 1,000% in high school, dude. Her boyfriend leaves for college in the first like scene and cheats on her.
Oh, this is a classic. Oh, I gotta go with that, right? That's the one. Yeah, it's happening. Your movie.
Okay.
Should you choose to accept it?
I accept it.
Accepted.
That is a college movie.
Yeah. Love that film. Oh, yes. Ask me about my weirdo.
I'm experimenting with some very volatile herbs.
South Harmon Institute of Technology sandwiches. We're gonna make stuff explode with our minds. That's a class. What a good movie.
Dude, what an actual.
Oh, man.
That's like what our Jan term was in Birmingham Southern.
Yes.
Like what'd you do in Jan term? I tried to explode watermelons with my mind.
You could charter any class you want.
Exactly. As long as you could pitch it to the school.
Whatever.
Dude, I could have taught a class on anime.
I took a Harry Potter class. I took a Lost class, like the TV show.
Yeah.
Lost.
You also took that spy class.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, dude. Like all my Jan terms were lit. I took screenwriting. I took the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah, I really hate that I didn't do that.
The Sundance was lit.
Yeah.
Especially like our teacher did not want to teach because he was there for Sundance.
Yeah.
And so he was like, as long as you can show that you watched 12 movies this week and you check in with me once a day, I don't want to see you guys.
That's awesome.
And
Didn't you also go abroad? Or was that for your senior?
Oh, well, that was my Jan term, but I went to Italy.
Yeah. See, that's
should have been a business major.
Benefits of a liberal arts education, kids.
That's true. Italy was also sweet.
Yeah, I'm jelly.
Saw my first soccer game there.
I heard somebody threw players or something, right? Like there was a fight.
Yeah.
Players, the whole like crazy soccer experience.
Almost fell in love with a Russian woman.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
You know.
What are you gonna do?
I was 21 in Italy. Or that the Russian girl was in Prague.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the stand-up The Machine guy?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll show it to you.
Yeah,
later.
that feels like something
It's irrelevant, but it's not. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
well,
we got a couple of great movies ahead. I'm really excited.
Yeah. I'm out of stuff. I'm gonna be real with you. It's late.
It is late. It's bedtime. We were late. I got the game time wrong, so I didn't even get to watch the game.
Yeah, you were like, dude, can we
7:30.
You were like, can we record at 9:30 so I can watch the North Carolina game? And I was like,
Yeah.
sure. And then I was watching Bel Air, and I was like, I wonder who's winning the North Carolina game. It was like tip-off time, 8:40. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, my thing said 8:30, and I was like, well, that's neat.
Yeah, but they were up last time I checked, so you're good.
You say that, but we lose the games that we shouldn't.
Yeah, but you were up by like 15.
Or we lose the game. Yeah, we're up by 20 now. Let's get it. 40 seconds left. Go Heels.
You see?
I had it pulled up, baby. All right. Well, if you would like to, Jarrett. Oh, we didn't talk Archive 81.
Oh, we didn't. I'm gonna let you talk about Archive 81.
Well, how about we
pin
push we pin it, we push it to the next week. Guys, we're probably gonna slow down the binge-worthy segment for just a little bit. Jarrett has a very large commitment ahead of him in One Piece.
Yes.
And I take that very seriously because I am a weeb and I love the show.
Yeah, and it's almost like a badge of honor.
It really, like, the amount of respect that watching One Piece garners.
It's true. Like, I'm not an actual weeaboo unless I've watched One Piece. So
yeah, you have to have seen all of, fillers included, at least one of the big three.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, I've seen Naruto.
Yeah, but did you watch the fillers for that?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No,
You did
not
the
not Shippuden.
yeah, you just
I did watch all of
canon
Naruto.
list. Yeah,
I
that's-
watched all of Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, that's fair.
but I don't remember Dragon Ball Z having a lot of filler. I
Not
just
a
remember
lot.
I just remember them taking forever. There was a lot of talking and a lot of powering up, but I don't remember like actual filler episodes.
Yeah, sometimes that would take up an entire episode, and it was
Exactly.
just like filler.
Yeah, that's fair. You see, look, you're yawning.
Yeah, that's a bedtime, folks. That's a wrap. Wrap it up.
No movies this week. Turning Red comes out on Disney Plus tomorrow.
We'll probably give it a watch.
The Adam Project is out. The new Netflix movie.
Definitely watch
that. Might just watch them both tomorrow. I'm off Saturday, so. And I don't know what I'm going to do Saturday. I might play
You're
cards.
not off Saturday.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are. I was thinking of the wrong Saturday. Because I was about to get really mad at you.
Yeah, you're thinking next week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I'm not going to look, as much as I love disc golf, if it's 30 degrees outside, I am not playing disc golf.
That is perfectly okay with me.
Because last time we played it at 40 degrees, it was awful.
Yes, it's never fun when it's cold.
Yeah. The new Kenobi trailer came out.
Yes. Did we post that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I've got nothing. Guys, thank you so much for joining. We appreciated having you, as always. It's been an absolute pleasure. Jarrett, I'm out of things to say, buddy. Go ahead and wrap this thing up.
All right, everyone. If you want to get in touch with us, we're going to shoot through our socials real quick.
Yeah.
We are on Facebook, subcategory podcast, Silence Your Cell Phones, Instagram, Silence Your Cell Phones, Twitter, Silence Phones, Gmail, Silence Your Cell Phone, no S, at gmail.com. We do have a Patreon. We've been not the best at doing Patreon things. We're working on it. I know we say that every week. I'm sorry. Don't hate us. But if you do feel inclined to help us with the show, please, the support goes a long way. Like I said, this is why even when it's 9:00 at night, and I'll be honest, it hasn't been the greatest week for your boy. But I love doing this. This is actually something I look forward to every week. It gets me out of my head for a little while. So I appreciate you guys being there. So yeah, this is why we do it. We do it for y'all. Thank you guys. Thank you, Randy, for coming in, popping in the chat. Whereas I'm going to call you Randall.
Randall.
Boy, she's going to hate me when she meets me.
No, not at all.
She better not.
As long as you play the uniform game with her. That's all.
The unicorn
That's
game?
all. That's literally all she asks. So I don't
know what that. I don't
know what it is, but I told her that we'd probably be down.
Sure, dude. I guess whatever. But no, thank you so much for stopping by. But until next week, guys, and sing.
Whoa, whoa.